Hello, I'm Monita Rajpal in Hong Kong, and welcome to Newsstream, where news and technology meet. Millions of people in the United States and Canada are waking up to extreme winter weather, and if you're trying to travel to either area today, it likely won't be easy. Heavy snow has been falling in the northeastern United States. It's not expected to ease up for a couple more hours, and forecasters are saying that when the storm is over, well, conditions will become bitterly cold. Here's a live look at air traffic over North America right now from FlightRadar24.com. Now, while it may look pretty busy, more than 1,500 flights have already been canceled this Friday alone. That's according to FlightAware.com, which tracks cancellations due to weather and mechanical problems. New York's John F. Kennedy Airport has suspended flights due to zero visibility, but Newark and LaGuardia are experiencing more cancellations. And Chicago travelers are still struggling to get in and out of O'Hare Airport. Let's take a look at Washington, D.C. now, shall we? Federal agencies are open despite the ice and Arctic air, but many area schools are closed. People have been advised to stay off the roads during these blizzard conditions. But CNN's Lori Segal braved the elements to show us how hard hit Cape Cod is.
The snow continuing to pile up here on Cape Cod as fierce winds, frigid temps.
Lori Segal reporting there. Well, let's get you more now on these extreme winter weather conditions. Let's take you live now to the Midwestern United States. And CNN's Ted Rollins joins us now from Chicago, Illinois. Good morning to you, Ted. 7 a.m. for you where you are. How's it looking where you are?
Very cold, Monia. Very cold. Right now, we have one of these...
Now let's check a forecast a little bit later on in the show. Samantha Moore will be at the World Weather Center with that. And, of course, we'll take you live to LaGuardia Airport for the very latest on travel delays there. Switching gears now, South Sudan's army is closing in on the city of Bor. A military spokesman tells CNN that troops are just 20 kilometers outside of the city, which has been under the control of rebel forces. In Ethiopia, peace talks are underway between South Sudanese government delegates and opposition rebel groups. UN forces, meanwhile, are trying to restore a sense of calm in the capital. But as Ara Damon found out during a ride-along with troops, it isn't an easy thing to accomplish. Ariel Sharon's condition is slowly getting worse. Doctors now say his vital organs are failing. Here's what hospital officials had to say earlier today.
During the last 24 hours, his condition deteriorated slowly.
Well, the former Israeli prime minister has been in a coma for 8 years after suffering a massive stroke in 2006. The 85-year-old remains in critical condition. Close family members are at his bedside. You are watching Newsstream, and this is a visual version of all the stories that we've got in the show today. We began with the giant snowstorm on the U.S. East Coast. A little later, we'll bring you the very latest allegations from NSA leaker Edward Snowden. But now we've got a bizarre story out of the U.S. for you. A fugitive banker declared legally dead a year ago has gone from the grave to a Georgia courtroom. Aubrey Lee Price vanished in 2012, reportedly leaving behind a suicide note and what police say was a trail of multi-million-dollar fraud. Price was captured on Tuesday. CNN's David Mattingly takes it up from there.
The FBI never believed Georgia banker Aubrey Lee Price really went.
Police carried out a massive drug bust in the southern Chinese province of Guangdong. They seized nearly 3 metric tons of crystal meth. The raids targeted a village said to be a major supplier of the drug. In fact, an anti-drug official said that over the last 3 years, a third of all the crystal meth in China came from this one village. Well, the bust is part of what's being called Thunder operations, a huge police crackdown on drug crime. Formula One racing legend Michael Schumacher is spending his 45th birthday at a hospital in Grenoble in France. He remains in a medically induced coma after suffering head trauma in a skiing accident on Sunday. Ferrari fans are holding a silent vigil in front of the French hospital as a tribute to Schumacher's fight for his life. More now on our top story. In that monster storm system that's hitting the United States, blizzard warnings are in effect in parts of New York. Massachusetts and Maine. But it's not just the northeast corner of the U.S. that's in the firing line of these extreme conditions. About a third of the nation, that's 100 million people in 22 states, are in the storm's path. So let's get a little bit more on the strength and its direction. Let's go to Samantha Moore at the World Weather Center with that. Samantha?
Well, Monita, we should continue to see some heavy snow the next couple of hours and then improvement. Blizzard moved through. Back to you.
Just in time for the weekend, hey, Sam?
There you go. Lots to play in. Just bundle up.
All right. Yeah, seriously, Sam, thank you very much for that. Well, as we've been mentioning, airlines have canceled thousands of flights because of this storm. Let's bring in Pamela Brown. She joins us now live from New York's LaGuardia Airport. Pamela, how's it looking there with you? We're looking at, over 1,000 flights that have been canceled.
Yeah, that's right. There are more than 1,600 flights canceled here in the U.S. just today.
All right, Pamela, thank you very much for that. Pamela Brown there live for us, LaGuardia in New York. Coming up next here on Newsstream, hero or traitor? The debate over NSA leader Edward Snowden. Welcome back. Let's turn now to the latest revelations about the U.S. National Security Agency. The Washington Post says the NSA is trying to build a powerful quantum computer that could break nearly every encryption tool. That's according to documents provided by Edward Snowden, but the Post says the documents suggest the NSA is no closer to a breakthrough than scientists working on the same thing. This report comes just after two prominent newspapers called on the U.S. government to grant Snowden clemency. Jake Tapper spoke to two journalists about this issue.
Joining me now is Glenn Greenwald, investigative journalist for First Look Media. He broke scoop after scoop on the NSA using...
Now remember, Russia granted Snowden temporary asylum for 1 year after he arrived there in June. November will mark the 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. It brought an end to the Cold War, communism versus capitalism, East versus West. CNN's documentary series explores the struggle that defined the second half of the 20th century. In the opening episode, we set the scene for a world on the brink. Celebrity chef Nigella Lawson has been speaking out for the first time since two of her former assistants were acquitted of fraud. Lawson had testified at the trial, and she says her words were distorted. Now she says she's ready to put it all behind her. CNN's Anna Cabrera reports.
I think you and I would be a very good fit in the kitchen.
Nigella Lawson's show, The Taste, will premiere in the UK next week. Juicy fruit, sour alien, all sound like the names of some kind of delicious confectionery, but this eager customer, shall we say, isn't ogling jars of candy. Jeannie Most paid a visit to one store in Colorado that was among the first in the U.S. to sell a previously forbidden fruit.
It's like going to the deli.
I'll help. Who's next?
And finally, perhaps one of the strangest team-ups in technology. Well, it's over. Blackberry and Alicia Keys have parted ways. The struggling smartphone maker named the singer their creative director last January. Now Blackberry. But there were signs that the relationship was falling apart. On Wednesday, Alicia Keys tweeted this happy New Year's message from her iPad. And that is Newsstream for this Friday. But the news continues right here on CNN. I'm Monita Rajpal. World Business Today is next.